You're Gen Z. Do you care about superhero movies?
I did until Iron Man died.
There you go. Okay. Well, with that being said,
Yeah, so more news in how Marvel is struggling right now. Millennials are losing interest in Marvel, and it turns out that Gen Z was never even interested in the first place. And this is confirmed in a new survey from Samba TV that says Gen Z doesn't even use Disney Plus, so they're obviously not watching the Marvel projects that are going to that streaming service. 59% of them use Netflix instead, and only 5% use Disney Plus. And also, this turns out in the results of their box office too.
yes.
Gen Z isn't really attending the movies they're putting out, and millennials are slowly decreasing as well in their attendance. And they just aren't finding a way to sell these to Gen Z.
Well, I think the best that we could say is like they're trying to do that with Kamala Khan, and it doesn't.
It's not work. I mean, I just saw this tweet. Haley Steinfeld's Kate Bishop and Iman Vellani's Kamala Khan will be the leads in Young Avengers. Are you excited?
Literally, said nobody ever.
Crickets.
Crickets.
Crickets in response.
Like what?
And-
So, I mean, Gen Z's more interested in social media content and video games.
I'm not. I like video games. I do like. I love action movies. I love one of my favorite shows is The Green Arrow. I mean,
Arrow, yeah.
I love Arrow a lot. One of my favorite shows. And then I did used to have Spider-Man sheets when I was a kid. So.
But Arrow was 2012, and the landscape for that type of television was very different back then.
Yeah,
and
it's
even
not the
that
same.
was still
CW's ruined.
It became a soap opera by season 3 anyway.
I only liked the first season. Well, I really liked
1 and
Slade
2,
Wilson,
yes.
so I really enjoyed that.
Season 5 was good. If you like, unfortunately though,
I
then you had
couldn't
to
get with
sit
the
through 3 and 4.
crossovers. I didn't want to watch The Flash. I didn't want to watch Legends of Tomorrow. I didn't want to watch any of them. Supergirl was the other one. They were not good, especially Supergirl. That was awful. I did enjoy Flash's first season, but it just got bad, and then I didn't want to watch the other ones, and then you couldn't follow the story in Arrow without watching the crossovers unless you wanted to completely skip that, but then they might make references back to it. So then I was like, I need to look this up.
Really, only the first season of The Flash was really, really good. I enjoyed the first half of the Zoom storyline in season 2, but then after that, I didn't really care. But the first season with Harrison Wells was really, really good.
I did enjoy that. I did watch that. In the first crossover with just The Flash and Arrow, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then they added all the other ones.
Yeah.
I did love that Sarah Lance was going to still be in a show, but then I just
then they had to
didn't.
bring her
got
back
a
to life
$20
and-
from
yeah.
Francisco
Yeah.
Sanchez Jr. Can we just get the movie Cats with the buttholes restored? Some fetishists need that. Not me, though, I swear.
Well, if we would never
It was the
accuse you of it.
genitals,
We would
not
never
the
accuse you
butthole.
of that.
What?
Wasn't it their genitals that they had to blur out?
Yeah.
No thanks. I don't think Cats should have come out in the first place, but
Most would agree with you.
yeah.
And I just think in general, Gen Z is just not interested in this type of content in the same way, because millennials and Gen X especially came from a time where just reading was far more common. Reading actual books and reading comic books was more a part of your childhood than, say, Gen Z, which would have grown up watching YouTube.
To the point where there was a stereotype of parents saying comic books aren't real books.
Yeah.
And now they would kill for their Gen Z children or Gen Alpha children to
A good
to use
example
those.
of somebody who's included Gen Z well would be WWE, who brought in Logan Paul and
True.
actually managed to use him very, very effectively within the company because he's fantastic, because everybody hates Logan Paul and he gets to come in and play a bad guy. And the weird type of type of juxtaposition there is in that industry, if you're a bad guy and you do really, really well, you're then oddly enough liked. It's harder to make a good guy now than it is to make a bad guy in that industry. So Logan Paul goes in there with he has obviously fighting experience and he's an athlete, but came in, took it very seriously, did really, really well, and won the respect of most of the people in the industry with very little prior history or even matches to go off of. And that brings in an audience of people who may have not already been interested. You can't really do that with Taylor Swift. That's not going to bring in Gen Z.
Well, what if
It would
you
bring in millennial.
What if you put Logan Paul in a Marvel movie then?
That would be awful too.
There's nothing they could do would make sense to me as a win.
It would feel somehow more forced.
Yes.
Because like Logan Paul gets to come in. One of the first things that I remember seeing was he jumped from the top rope out to like the announcer's desk while holding a phone
Yeah.
and live streaming it. If you did that in a Marvel movie, it would just come across as cheesy
Yes.
and stupid.
Everything they do comes across as cheesy and stupid.
Yes.
And it's not just a Marvel problem. I think that it's just a superhero movie problem in general, that Gen Z is just not interested in that genre. And they're not really going to the theaters either. That's not even to like absolve Marvel of their own mistakes, because we've just talked about this theory that which director was it? Joe Russo?
The one from Captain America?
It was one of
It
the
was
Russos
either Joe or Anthony Russo.
who were
one of the-
complaining about how Gen Z has ADHD, so they're not capable of watching movies. And that's why Marvel isn't making money anymore.
No.
And
Because
I said
Gen
that's
Z isn't the
that's
one going to
BS.
movies anyways.
That's BS. But also that doesn't mean that Marvel has just been like doing a bang up job this whole time.
Maybe I'm just bad at guessing people's ages, but when we go to the theater, because we review movies fairly, I mean, it looks like I'm seeing millennials.
Yeah.
Millennials and Gen Xers.
People with kids
Yeah.
too.
Either you have kids or you grew up on it.
I'm seeing
Gen
nobody.
Z is working at the theater.
I'm seeing nobody with broccoli haircuts calling the movie bussin'.
Well, that's why. The Westview Theater, they have that new feature, like the seats move, like it's more of a
I heard about that.
experience.
Yeah, an
Oh,
experience.
40X.
Where your seats move, they blow air in your face. They have the lights.
I don't know if I want that.
That's
Yeah.
literally like a Disney ride.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of, but it's not great because I went and tried it, and this is what they're doing to try to get a younger audience to come, to
And you
come
weren't a
watch.
fan?
No, I mean, it was stupid and it didn't go with the movie. It was just like annoying. Like, don't make me spill my popcorn that I overpaid
Honestly,
for.
that would be
sounds messy.
It would be really funny for like the theater to troll you, where it's just a scene of two people talking.
It just starts violently
And
shaking.
the
you.
best would be like a movie, it's like a movie with an electric chair scene, and the seat doesn't do anything until the electric chair scene, and then your scene just starts your seat starts
my
violently
gosh.
shaking.
That would be hilarious.
They turn up the heat in the theater. Make you feel
We
like
know
you're
what
burning
Brett
up.
would do if he was in charge of those
Yes,
seats.
I would. That would be amazing.
You would do sadistic.
But
things.
I want that. Have you ever seen those like anti-sleep beds that like violently shake you awake when you set your alarm?
Honestly, I would rather that than an alarm, though. I hate waking up to alarms because I feel like unless it's obnoxious, which makes me it startles me, and then it throws off. I feel like it throws my day off. But then if I have it like a nice soothing song, it will be in my dream for a while.
Yeah, it doesn't actually wake you.
It doesn't wake me up, so I don't like it. So I feel like a bed that shakes you awake would be I feel like I would prefer that over.
Marvel should do
anything
that
else.
because they're putting everyone to sleep anyway.
Yeah.
Does anybody here care about Disney Plus? I've actually started watching. I don't have Disney Plus, but I'm using someone's Disney Plus, and it has Alias on it. Well, everybody else mooches off my account.
I mooch off Brett. Brett mooches
I
off
thought you
other
had
people,
all of
and it's
them.
like
I don't have Disney
full
Plus. I don't
circle.
have Apple TV. I don't have.
You know he got HBO.
I have
only one.
HBO. But the point is, I was watching Alias recently. That's on Disney Plus.
That's on
and-
Disney Plus.
Yep.
Because it's an ABC.
Yep, it's an ABC show.
Is that
Okay.
the one with
Jennifer
what's her-
Garner?
Yes, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but I just imagine that the young people aren't watching Disney Plus because Disney was more important to millennials. Again.
Well, I like it for the nostalgia of watching like the older movies, like because they have. Does it have the Lion King? I just watched Tangled, which isn't that old.
Which one?
Tangled, the Rapunzel movie.
and that's not even that old, right?
Yeah, it's not that old. I love that movie though. I love I don't even know if they have like the Fox and the Hound on Disney Plus.
They
I
probably do. They have a lot of the
because
old.
I love those movies. They make me happy.
They have the old.
Yeah, I like Disney Plus. I have actually considered getting Disney Plus before because they also have all the old shows that like I grew up with.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they have like Even Stevens and like all these
Oh,
shows.
yeah. Remember
that
Phil of
are
the
total
Future?
throwback. Yes.
That
They
one
had.
was
I
crazy.
watched Man of the House with Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Chevy Chase, which was a movie from my childhood. So like, there's stuff on there. But again, I just imagine that is more fodder for millennials
Yeah.
and Gen X.
Yeah, Gen Z just wants to watch Mr. Beast and TikTok.
Dude, my sister, like one of my sisters, I have a lot. She likes to just watch these Minecraft videos,
Yep.
like constantly with this. Like it sounds like adults trying to sound like children. It's really disturbing. and I don't even know what they were talking about. It just was very odd. I'm like, this is
Wait,
what you
what are
want
they
to.
talking
Creepy,
about?
some of it.
It was just random stuff and like, but,
Skibbity toilet.
yeah, but in baby talk, like it was weird. I'm like, you spend how much time watching this?
Dude, there's so many grown men out there. A lot of them are married. You'll only see their hands in these videos, but they'll do, like, for example, Paw Patrol goes to the park and they buy a bunch of Paw Patrol toys. Yes. Like, kids love this. This is what Gen Alpha is watching.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.